I remember a long time ago, years ago, when I was starting out fighting porn and I was going to 12-step meetings. I had sponsors, I was doing everything. And I came home this one particular Saturday from a meeting. It was noontime. And I was feeling good from the meeting, man. It was one of those ones you hang around afterwards and you chat with the other guys and you're like bonding. Like, yeah, this feels, we got this now, man. And I'd come home and like not even 10 minutes did I get home, then I was watching porn and it was over. And I was like, what the heck just happened? How did I get from feeling so good about never watching porn again to here I am, it happened again? And I remember sitting there on the couch and thinking, oh God, now I have to feel bad again. Now I have to feel like crap again. My dog is, Bella, come here. And I was like, now I have to feel like crap again. And it felt like this train was coming at me, like this freight train of guilt and shame was bearing down on me. And I thought it was going to destroy me at any second. But in a minute, in a millisecond, I realized, I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to feel bad about this. I don't have to feel this way. I can choose how I want to feel. And I jumped out of the way of the train and it went roaring past. And I was like, holy crap, I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe I just recognized that. And I was so happy because I thought I like invented this thing. I thought I figured out that you could choose how you want to feel on your own. I thought I was like, wow, look at a superpower I just unlocked. And it occurred to me later on, I was like, wait a minute, that was something I read or I learned. You know, I was into health, self-help and stuff like that. So I was like, that was definitely something I learned. But I didn't know it, and I didn't know how to use it until that millisecond. And that was the beginning for me. That was the beginning of the end of my porn. Now, I thought in that moment I'd never watch it again. I thought I solved the problem. And I was like, nope, I could just do this. But that wasn't it. You know, I went back to it a little while later, not that day, thankfully, like a week later. You know, that day I was flying high. I had a great weekend. I didn't watch it at all, which had I just stayed in that, like, oh God, felt guilt and shame, I absolutely would have went back to, oh, I already watched it today. I might as well keep watching it. I did that all the time. There was no doubt. So it was like that shift. I was like, I got out of the way and then I didn't have to keep watching it because I was like, I don't want to. I don't need to. I feel good. You know, it sucked that it happened, but I feel good about me. So that was important. That planted the seed. And then later on, I went through some more lessons and I figured it all out. And I was like, okay, and now I'm free. And now I know why I had to have that lesson that day, why I had to go through that. And so it's amazing. And this work is amazing. The thought work, the feelings work is amazing. And that's how you get free of porn. You do stuff like that. You think differently. You feel feelings. It's all amazing. My name is Matt. I'm a coach. I help guys get free of porn. And I have a webinar. It's called Never Watch Porn Again. You can find it at neverwatchpornagain.com and come to my next viewing, which will be Tuesday at noon. And I can tell you all about this and how to get yourself from where you are to where you want to be, which is a man who does not need this anymore. So come to my webinar, neverwatchpornagain.com. Have yourself an amazing day. You don't need it. You don't need to feel bad about it. If you have used it, you can decide right now, like, hey, this is the moment. This is my moment. I'm going forward and I'm going to figure this out. So send me a DM. All right. Have a great day.